Part 1, Gentle Giants, Nature's Answer to Constipation. Have you ever sat at the kitchen table, clutching your morning coffee, wondering why your stomach feels like it's tied in a knot? Maybe you haven't gone in 3 days, and your belly feels like it's housing a brick. If you're over 60, you know that constipation isn't just uncomfortable. It steals your appetite, your energy, and your peace of mind. But here's something most folks don't know. You may already have the cure sitting in your pantry. That's right. Nature has been offering us quiet solutions all along. You just need to know where to look. Today, we begin our journey into what I like to call the gentle giants of digestive health. 5 powerhouse foods that have helped my patients, and even my own family, find relief without a single trip to the pharmacy. So pour yourself a cup of tea, settle in, and let me take you through these gifts of nature. The silent burden, why constipation hits hard after 60. Before we dive into the remedies, let's take a moment to understand the enemy. Constipation in seniors isn't just about being backed up. It's about slowing down your digestion, your movements, your mood. As we age, the digestive tract doesn't move as efficiently. Medications, lower physical activity, reduced fiber intake, dehydration, they all team up to throw your gut off rhythm. I've had patients who said they felt like strangers in their own bodies. It's like my stomach stopped talking to me, one woman told me, and that's exactly it. Constipation disconnects you from your own rhythm, but you can get it back, and it starts with food. 1. Prunes, the forgotten superfruit. Prunes, for some it's an old-fashioned food, for others a punchline. But for me, it's the first word that comes to mind when a senior says they're constipated. Prunes are dried plums, yes, but they're also packed with insoluble fiber and sorbitol. Sorbitol is a natural sugar alcohol that pulls water into the colon, softening stool and easing its passage. But unlike harsh laxatives, prunes work with your body, not against it. I remember Mr. Henry, 72 years old, who had been struggling for a week. He was embarrassed, withdrawn. I told him, "Henry, try eating 5 prunes every evening with a glass of warm water." 3 days later, he called me, "Doc, I feel like I've dropped 10 pounds. Not only do prunes get things moving, they're rich in potassium, vitamin K, and antioxidants. They support bone health and fight inflammation too. That's why I call them gentle giants, powerful yet kind to the body. 2. Chia seeds, tiny titans of the gut. You'd be forgiven for overlooking chia seeds. They look like bird food after all, but soak them in water and they transform. Within minutes, these tiny seeds form a gel-like coating thanks to their soluble fiber. That gel moves through your intestines like a gentle broom, bulking, moistening, and clearing the path. Mrs. Aliner, a spry 71-year-old gardener, was hesitant. "Doctor, I don't want to eat anything weird." I smiled. "Try sprinkling a spoonful into your morning yogurt or oatmeal. You won't even notice it." She did, and she returned weeks later not just happier, but lighter, both in body and spirit. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds has almost 5 grams of fiber. That's nearly 20% of your daily need. It also has omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and magnesium. In other words, it nourishes the gut, the heart, and the bones all at once. 3. Oatmeal, the warm blanket for your digestive tract. There's something about a warm bowl of oatmeal on a quiet morning. It feels like home. But beyond comfort, oatmeal offers real medicinal value, especially for digestion. Its key ingredient is beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that swells in the gut, absorbing water and forming a soft, gel-like substance. This bulks up stool and makes it easier to pass. Oatmeal is also incredibly versatile. You can add berries, banana slices, nuts, or cinnamon, and if you let it soak overnight, even better for digestion. Plus, oatmeal helps regulate blood sugar and cholesterol levels. I call it the peacekeeper of breakfast foods. 4. Sweet potatoes, earthy helpers that do more than fill you up. Don't underestimate the sweet potato. This colorful root is rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber. It's got moisture, bulk, and sweetness. It's also packed with vitamins A and C, potassium, and anti-inflammatory compounds. When roasted gently with olive oil and rosemary, sweet potatoes become a delicious side dish that happens to regulate your bowels. Many of my patients who were tired of bland fiber cereals switched to mashed sweet potatoes and never looked back. And here's something your gut loves. The resistant starch in sweet potatoes feeds the good bacteria in your colon. Think of it as fertilizer for your microbiome garden. 5. Kefir, the probiotic powerhouse. Last but not least, kefir. It's a tangy, fermented milk drink filled with live probiotic cultures. Unlike yogurt, kefir has a wider variety of beneficial bacteria. These microbes don't just improve digestion, they restore balance to your gut. One glass of kefir each morning can reduce bloating, improve stool consistency, and increase regularity. It also helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively. I always tell skeptical patients, just give it 5 days, half a glass in the morning. And they almost always come back saying, why didn't anyone tell me this sooner? Bringing it all together. Now these 5 foods aren't miracle cures, they're gentle guides. But combined with hydration, light physical movement, and mindful eating, they can restore your rhythm. They can return that lightness to your step, that calm to your belly. And the best part? No side effects, no dependency, just nature doing what it does best. So the next time you feel that familiar discomfort, skip the pill. Reach for a prune, stir chia into your yogurt, sip some kefir. Let nature's gentle giants do their work. Because when your gut is happy, your whole body feels it, from your joints to your mood to the smile you wear as you head out the door. And that, my friends, is the beginning of a better day. Part 2, progress through habits, not haste. Now that we've uncovered nature's quiet heroes, you might be tempted to overhaul your pantry overnight. But let me stop you right there. When it comes to your gut, especially a gut over 60, rushing never brings results. In fact, progress in digestion, like in life, doesn't come through force. It comes through rhythm, through habits, through small, meaningful steps that stack up into transformation. Let me tell you a story. A patient of mine, Walter, 75 years old, retired fire chief, used to treat his digestion like a 5-alarm blaze. If it ain't moving, he said, hit it with everything you've got. That meant laxatives, fiber powders, prune juice in coffee, you name it. But guess what? The chaos only made things worse. One day, I suggested a different path. What if, I told him, you chose one small chain and gave it a week to settle in? He looked skeptical, but he tried. 1 spoonful of chia in his morning oatmeal. That's it. By the end of the week, he was surprised to feel a change. Not just in his gut, but in his mindset. The habit of listening to your body. Your body speaks, not in words, but in sensations. In bloating, in sighs of relief, in the joy of a light step. But we're often too distracted to hear it. The first habit isn't even about food, it's about awareness. Start tracking what you eat. Note how your body reacts. Keep a small notebook or use your phone. Did oatmeal ease your morning? Did prunes help by evening? You'll find your rhythm, not mine, not your neighbor's, yours. Take Alina, the gardener I mentioned. Once she began writing down how she felt after each meal, patterns emerged. She noticed kefir helped when taken in the morning, but not at night. Sweet potatoes worked wonders, but only when roasted, not mashed. A gentle introduction, the 7-day food focus. Try this for 1 week. Focus on just one gentle giant. Monday through Sunday, make it a point to eat oatmeal each morning. Nothing fancy. Just a bowl with maybe some banana or cinnamon. Week 2, switch to prunes, 5 each evening. No skipping. This isn't a diet. It's a dialogue with your digestion. I once had a patient named Joe, 74, who said after 2 weeks of rotating these foods, he felt like his insides were finally talking back. Not louder, just clearer. Building a morning ritual. You wake up, you stretch. You make your tea or coffee. What if right after you had a 10-minute ritual that honored your gut? One patient, Margaret, 69, set a timer. 10 minutes of slow oatmeal, 5 minutes of walking in place after. That tiny ritual changed her life. I feel like my mornings are mine again, she said. Consistency does more than medicine, and no side effects. Move a little, sit a little less. Movement is a friend of digestion. I'm not talking marathons. I'm talking about walking the hallway twice after dinner, or a few gentle stretches on the porch while the sun rises. Walter started doing heel raises while brushing his teeth. That tiny boost of circulation helped his gut immensely. Progress is peaceful, not perfect. You'll have days when you forget, when the kefir stays in the fridge, when the prunes go uneaten. That's okay. What matters is not perfection, but presence. The return, the trust that your body wants to heal, it just needs you to work with it. Think of these habits like tending a garden. You don't yank at the roots to make things grow. You water, you nourish, you wait. And slowly, reliably, things bloom. Coming up in part 3, we'll look at mindful eating, not just what we eat, but how. Because believe it or not, your fork holds more power than your medicine cabinet. So keep going, my friend. Progress isn't loud. It's the quiet yes your body whispers back when you finally listen. Part 3. When food isn't enough, listen to your body. There's a moment in every journey toward better health when we realize that food alone may not be the only answer. It's a humbling moment, not of defeat, but of deeper understanding. As someone who's walked beside many seniors over the decades of my practice, I've come to see that the body, in its quiet way, speaks to us. We only need to learn how to listen. The warning signs, subtle yet serious. Imagine this. You're eating your prunes, sipping kefir with breakfast, stirring chia seeds into your oatmeal each morning. You're doing everything the experts recommend. But still, there's that sluggish feeling, that uncomfortable fullness. Maybe days go by without a proper bowel movement. Maybe you feel bloated, fatigued, or just off. That's your body talking. Constipation that doesn't resolve with natural foods may be a signal of something more, something deeper going on. In seniors, this could range from slowed intestinal motility, medications that interfere with digestion, to more serious concerns like colorectal conditions. That's why it's vital to pay close attention when nature's gentle giants don't seem to be enough. Joe's story, a wake-up call at 77. Joe, one of my longtime patients, was 77 when he came into my office looking weary. He had started eating oatmeal every morning, added prunes, and even tried over-the-counter fiber supplements. But he was still constipated. For 3 weeks he'd felt backed up, tired. He chalked it up to age, but I asked him to come in. We ran some simple tests, blood work, a colonoscopy, and we found early signs of diverticulosis, a condition where small pouches form in the colon wall. It wasn't severe, but it needed medical guidance and specific adjustments beyond diet. With the right treatment, Joe bounced back. The key was that he listened. When food isn't enough, other common causes. Medications, blood pressure meds, iron supplements, opioids, even some antidepressants can slow digestion. Dehydration. Seniors often don't feel thirsty, but lack of fluid is a major cause of constipation. Lack of movement. Just 20-30 minutes of walking a day can drastically improve bowel function. Underlying conditions, thyroid imbalances, diabetes, or neurological diseases can affect gut motility. Stress and anxiety. The gut-brain connection is real. Emotional distress can slow down your bowels. Margaret's gentle victory. Margaret was 81 when her daughter insisted she see me. She had lost interest in food, was only going once every 4 or 5 days, and felt constantly bloated. She tried every food trick in the book. Turned out, Margaret was severely dehydrated. Her kidneys were also under some stress. We adjusted her medications, added an electrolyte-rich hydration routine, and she began short daily walks. She came back a month later with a smile. "I feel 10 years younger," she said. Sometimes the body doesn't need more food, it needs balance. Tools beyond the kitchen. So what do we do when diet isn't enough? Here are gentle, safe options. Magnesium citrate, a natural mineral that draws water into the intestines. Probiotics, not just from yogurt, capsules can provide targeted strains. Biofeedback therapy, especially for pelvic floor dysfunction. Scheduled bathroom time, a surprisingly effective method, especially when paired with warm liquids. Medical checkups, regular screenings can catch issues before they worsen. Learning to listen, a doctor's perspective. I've had the honor of guiding thousands of seniors through constipation concerns, and here's what I've learned. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. The best outcomes come when we pair common-sense nutrition with personal attention to our bodies. Your body will always tell you when something's wrong. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it shouts. But it always speaks. The takeaway for you, my friend. If you've tried nature's best and still feel stuck, don't wait. Don't push through discomfort or pretend it's normal. You've earned the right to feel well, to move with ease, eat with joy, and live without digestive distress. Let Joe and Margaret remind you, there's always hope, and often the answer lies just one doctor's visit away. Conclusion. So after walking through nature's gentle giants and the power of steady habits, here's what I truly believe. Taking care of your gut, especially as we age, isn't about quick fixes or magic pills. It's about listening to your body, showing patience, and embracing small, meaningful changes every single day. From prunes to kefir, from oatmeal mornings to gentle movement, these simple steps can transform your health quietly but powerfully. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these natural helpers? What worked or didn't work for you? Drop your stories and questions in the comments below. Let's learn and grow together. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that